when you see people appreciating your work, they're sending droplets, you have this feeling like, oh, I mean, this feeling that I need to be better every week, because donation works like they are giving you as a appreciation, as a gift, like a donate, right?
Yeah.
But somehow with the message, it's really beautiful to read. It really give us like, oh, someone really appreciate our work.
Welcome to Beyond the Drop episode 6. This week we have the pleasure of being joined by Huxsterized, the first photographer on the podcast. Hux began his photography journey with an iPhone 5 in 2014. Posting photos to Instagram and fully self-taught, built up a very distinct portfolio of work which he is now known for. As a graphic designer in real life, this is almost reflected in his neat and intentionally minimalistic style, with an almost obsessive focus on composition. Hux also shares how colour is incorporated into his photographs of architecture, why this is important to him, and essentially how it brings characterless buildings to life. Over time, he's developed his style, now using neutral white and grey subjects as an opportunity to create more abstract, animated works. When initially approached about joining Drip around about a year ago, he said that he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to commit the time to posting his work on a regular cadence. But now, after his 10th drop in 3 months, he's absolutely smashing it. It was so nice meeting him and learning more about the thinking behind the work. So without any further ado, let's just get into it. Your work is very close to my heart because I studied photography at uni as well. Just generally, photography is something that's close to my heart. Yeah, we'll get into the kind of the details and the concepts of your work, but as usual, I'd like to be able to start with your story for listeners who mightn't know too much about you yet. But it would be great to hear about your background, where you're from, and how you originally got interested in photography before Drip.
I'm in Malaysia, based in Malaysia. So my photography started in 2014. I'm bringing you back to 2014.
Yeah.
So that is where it's all started with an iPhone. Yeah, my photography started in 2014 with iPhone 5, where I promote or share my photography at my Instagram account. So from there, I built my style, my niche, and of course, I met a lot of meet a lot of friends, and eventually, some of them I managed to meet in real life, and that is awesome. And from there, it grows. Well, basically, along of my journey is basically from 2014 until now is all mobilegraphy. Is always focused on iPhone. But along the way, I'm grateful to have like big brands, camera brands that recognize my work, such as Leica. I work with Leica when they're launching the new Q3 camera. They get in touch with me to get me to uh, for the launching day, and also test out the camera. And recently I went to Japan with Fujifilm, where they launched the new X106. So I mean, I'm really grateful to have the opportunity. So from a mobilegrapher focus photographer, but got recognized by these big brands, it's something huge for me. Yeah, so that's how I started, and that from iPhone that bring me to now. But I'm still shooting most of my photos with iPhone.
Yeah, nice. I didn't realize that actually. Because I did see the other day that you had been to Tokyo with Fujifilm. I
Yeah.
thought that was very, very cool. I mean, from your kind of career perspective, do you work as a full-time photographer as well?
No, I work as a graphic designer.
Okay.
Full time as a graphic designer. So I guess that's how my photography reflect my work as well. Like a lot of graphics. So my photos, I guess it's more graphical kind of approach. So my photography focuses on colors, um, and architecture, and all these geometries, and more into minimalistic composition, where I like simple thing but focus on composition. So yeah, I guess as a graphic designer, it can somehow reflect how I see things, how I see the world. It's always that the world is my canvas. It's just like an artist, right? They have a blank canvas,
Yeah.
and then they draw their imagination. But for me, the world is my canvas. So I use the camera as a brush to draw what I imagine and how I see things. So yeah.
Nice. So, did you ever kind of formally study photography or anything like that, or is it just purely kind of like self-taught?
No, it's just self-taught. It's all started with experimenting with iPhone. iPhone come very handy that you can. No, the best thing of it is that it's very simple to use it. Is you don't have to learn a lot of features. Like if you have the camera, you need to learn ISO, you need to learn aperture, you need to learn how to, like, a lot of these important things. But with iPhone, is they kept it very simple, so so I can, or everyone can focus more on the art, more on how you see things, rather than to focus on to manage the camera, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, from there my style kind of developed. So I look I become more observant. At first of like the early stage of my photography, I tried so many kind of genre: portrait, night shot, just anything, like street photography. But it stuck to me that colorful photography of architecture, where I feel the joy of creating it, and it's always like making me want to go out and look for more minimalistic architecture.
Mm.
And yeah, and I get a lot of feedback, and also through Instagram, there's a lot of communities that doing similar type of photography. So we get together and grow from there. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. I love that if you kind of get to meet up with other people who have kind of similar styles and interests as well, because I can't
Yeah.
imagine anything more fun than going out on photography trips and taking photos together.
Yeah.
That sounds super fun. Yeah, so I mean you've already mentioned it really. So your photography, I would consider it like quite minimalistic. Um, at least from the kind of outset. Your subjects are usually, like, to your point, it's architecture, buildings, and
Yeah.
ordinarily within your pieces, you have one subject which you've composed really nicely, and it's very, very clear that you've kind of thought about it as well. So you've thought about the positioning and um, how it should look. But
Yeah.
what's you bring in, so your subjects are kind of neutral buildings. You bring in color to that as well. What's what's the kind of thought process behind that? Why is it important for you to have that distinction?
Okay, so basically, my photography. This is there are two part of my photography now, which is before drip and what I do for drip.
Mm,
So it's two different thing, but it helped me to grow, and also helped me to I mean push me really push me to be more creative. Before drip, my the way I see the way I hunt for places and location for me to shoot is I need to find the colorful places, because I don't edit my photo that much. So whatever you see is actually the actual building, but it's just that how I compose it, how the angle I do it is how I see it. So that is before drip. But when I joined drip, I thought of trying something different, but still in the niche of my photography, because it's not easy to find a colorful building, especially when I rarely travel. It's always me in my country, Malaysia.
mhm.
So I guess I've been to so many places to find all these colorful buildings, and it's like I've been recognized by the idea and the niche of that photography, whereby people, when they are in Malaysia somewhere and they find a colorful building, they will take a photos and send DM to me like, Hux, you need to come here. This I don't know how to shoot this, but I know if you're here, you'll do something great about this building. You see? So
Yeah.
but with again with drip, I thought of how I want to make use of my imagination, the way I see things, but quite a slightly different thing, so that I can be more versatile towards the niche of my photography. So I started of playing. I started off capturing a gray building, white building, gray building, a building that is have to me have no life. Like it's beautiful, but it's just empty because it's not colorful. So I started to experimenting with because since I'm a graphic designer, so I know how to use all the softwares, Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Premiere, to edit some sort of minimal editing on the videos and all. So I started to play around with that. Then that's how my drip niche started, where with instead of before I'm looking for all the colorful buildings, now I'm looking for all the white buildings that have potential for me to draw, to color it, to make them alive. So that's how it started. Yeah.
I think that's really interesting. Like you've essentially flipped what you were doing completely.
Yes, yeah.
That's
So it's like,
fascinating.
because I've been before I was like, I've been struggling to find all this building. It's not easy, because I've been traveling a lot, like driving every weekend to find all these buildings, and then at some point I know I cannot. I mean, how many colorful building can I find in my
Right.
country, is if I'm not going traveling to all other countries out there, right? So it's a bless. I think I'm blessed to have that thought of thinking, where, like you said, I flip the idea. Instead of looking for the colorful building, I snap all the gray and white building. I colored them, make them alive. So I really enjoy creating all this. I really enjoy coloring them, and like I can control. I can control what I want, how I want it to be. So yeah.
I love that. I think that's awesome. Like to what you said before, you said you're essentially creating your own canvas. So now you
Yes,
get to
yes.
decide how it looks, and
Yeah. So now, like, the world is really my canvas. So it's
I
just
love
that
that.
something like, oh, okay, it's more fun because it's easier for to find a white gray building than a colorful building. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for me to grow on my creative. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I know you have mentioned before actually that yeah, like the majority of the photographies that you take are local in your kind of hometown. Um, I know Vibo offered to pay for a plane ticket to Hong Kong. Has that happened? Has that
Yeah.
happened yet?
Not yet, but it's in the plan. So I just hope that Bibu still okay with it. But I should be. My plan was to go in April. So there are a few things to finalize. Then yeah, I think all is good. Yeah, I hopefully, because I really looking forward to go to Hong Kong. It will be my first time to Hong Kong.
That's cool. I mean, Hong Kong. It's crazy that you haven't been there yet as well, because I suppose it is like relatively kind of close to you, isn't
Yeah.
it? But
I have a lot of Instagram friends there. I have contacted them also
yeah.
to tell them that I'm coming. So there are a few of them are very excited to bring me around, because they know my niche, and they know Hong Kong have all this crazy architectures, colors or non-colors or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going yet, but I really thank you, Vibu, for the opportunity. That Vibu is like the crazy boss is like, okay, I want to send you to Hong Kong. So I told everyone that, okay, now you guys, let's us all ask Vibu for a new car or something.
That's a good plan. That's a good plan. You'll have to hold him to it. Nice. So yeah, I like you've kind of mentioned that you haven't kind of traveled so much, but you would like to. You've mentioned places like you'd go to like Spain and I believe Poland and Turkey were on
Yeah.
your list as well. So I just wanted to ask you really is why are you drawn to those places? Is it to what you said before? Like, you have friends in those countries who send you pictures of the buildings, or
Yeah.
what draws you to those places?
Um, well, because I've been on Instagram for I think since 2014 until now, and I have a lot of friends abroad. So it's always that they always ask me to come over. Don't worry about accommodation, whatever, all sort of that. We sort it out for you. I mean, but uh, I mean, cash is not good for me. I mean, I've been I'm not rich to just travel the world, but I'm blessed to have all friends at every continent, I would say. So when I say like Spain, Poland, there are also some place like Berlin, because I know these places they have all this good architecture or colorful architecture, or a very potential place for me to create my content. So it's like if I go there, I know I will come back with tons and tons of beautiful content for me to edit and share. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, well, I hope you get to travel to the places that you want to. That'd be really awesome.
Uh,
I did.
this year though, this year was a little bit different, because normally I don't travel much, but this year I started with Japan, that I just got back last week,
Yeah.
and hopefully soon is Hong Kong, and probably there's some plan to go back to Japan in end of the year. So probably this year started off. Will be the starting year that I'll be traveling more. I hope so.
Awesome. Fingers crossed. It would be really nice to see. I mean, you mentioned before as well, kind of the kind of financial aspect,
Yeah, the financial. Yeah.
which of course is I think a lot of people would also struggle to do that.
Yeah.
How I mean, since you've joined Drip, have you found that because in your kind of in real life you're a graphic designer, how has Drip impacted this? Do you feel that that has possibly helped you from the financial perspective?
Oh yes. You know, it's funny. Like, I just a little bit go back a little bit where Vibu and asking me to start to join Drip. It was I think about a year ago, or probably about 6 to 7 months before I joined.
Wow, long time.
So I was very to be honest, I was very skeptical, because I don't really sure how Drip works, and and of course, for me the most important part is sharing your art, and the freedom of sharing your art, and of course the earnings, because that's I mean that's the purpose of one of the purpose you're creating, right? So I'm the breadwinner of the family, so a lot of my time I would like to contribute to earn some cash, so that I can put the food on the table. So when Vibu start to ask me to join Drip, I was a bit skeptical, because I don't know how it works, and we had a call meeting, and he tried to explain things, but it's still I'm not really clear about it. But I said okay, and then back then they have a showcase, they call it a showcase, Drip showcase.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, let's give it a try with a showcase first, where it's like just one drop, because Wibu asked me to create a channel that time, and then he said that I can do a weekly. Then I told him I might not be able to do a weekly drop, because to me is not easy, because I have not much time to create, and also again I don't have a lot of colorful building left for me to shoot. So because I at that time I still have no idea what to do with Drip, right? So I and then okay, and then I start and then I told Vibu, let's start with the showcase Drip. And then yeah, we started with the showcase Drip. After like 3 months or 4 months after that, I keep on thinking of like how can I join Drip? Probably this might change my life, or help me a bit in terms of financial, and also probably pushing me on my creative side, right? Then I see the momentum of Drip growing is crazy. Now is even crazier, but back then is the peak. The peak is also crazy, and I see like, and you see there's not much of a founder that is really transparent and really being really how to say, he, not to say loud, but he's constantly every day on sharing on Twitter and what is drip in and how is drip have been growth, how the growth of drip. So I was like, okay, let's give you a try. I tried showcase and I earned some cash from the showcase, and let's try to do the let's try to do the channel. And then Dijon Poet tweeted, then he said, we will not sleep until we get hugs on drip. So I said, okay, I think it's about time for me to really get into drip. So yeah, I did. And to be honest, I still not sure how I would earn with drip, because it's always like the freedom and the sharing, the art sharing is the important. And of course, like I said again, the earning is important, but I always put the sharing and the freedom first. So I don't really go and ask Bibu, okay, look, Bibu, tell me how I can earn from drip. I never asked him that, nor I never asked Dijon Poet, a friend or whoever was on drip, because I know that these people are earning, but I don't know how much and I don't know how. But I know this would definitely will at least help me on my financial. Then yeah, and then I started with my first drop, and then I see all these droplets coming in. Then I started starting to slowly understand. Oh, okay, so this is how you earn from as a drip artist, and the payout coming in. I was like, oh, okay. So the first payout, I was like, oh, this will help a lot. And then I do my calculation. If I do weekly drop, oh wow, this is actually helping me a lot. So since my first drop with drip until today yesterday is my 10th drop.
Yeah.
It's a milestone for me. Actually, to be honest, drip helped me a lot financially with my family. I used to like um really towards like 15 days of the month, like 20th of the month, there's always like I have no money to do whatever I want to do. So it's always tight, really tight. But now with drip, it really helped me. Like weekly, I have income weekly, right? Like the weekly really, it really helped me a lot. So I'm really grateful to be on drip. And I've told Bibu, my what you call this, I told him like I should be on drip earlier, like the when you asked me to. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's better. I mean, um I fixed that and I got to join drip, and yeah, now I'm a drip artist with a 10 drop. So yeah, if you ask me again, the joining drip is really helped me financially. Yeah, I'm not even the top artist. I'm not Dijon Poet. I'm not Graffito. I'm not Ahmed. I'm not like Banta, who is starting and like growing really fast, and not some others. I can name them so many, right? I can go on and on. I'm just like the average. I probably like really the average artist on drip, but already helped me a lot on with the weekly drop. Yeah, so I guess the rest felt the same. So because we have a group channel
Yeah.
that there's always they're always sharing like how like we are very grateful to have a drip ecosystem that really help us in financially. Yeah.
Nice. I think it's absolutely amazing to hear that actually provided you with some more peace of mind. Like you say, you get day 15, 20 of the month and you're thinking, oh, looking in your wallet, thinking, oh, I'm a
Yeah,
bit
yeah, it's
a
crazy,
bit
it's
dry.
crazy.
So that's
Yeah,
amazing to hear that it has actually kind of like really helped with the peace of mind in your real life, right? And
yeah.
I think to your point is saying that drip is something that is helping you share your work, as well as that
Yes,
it's
yeah,
kind of like a flywheel. So the more that has been shared, the more people that understand or know about your work, and more people want to follow
yeah.
you, and therefore donate
And
droplets or bid on your ultimate as well. So
Yeah,
visibility, I think, is huge.
because it's weekly, right? So it's somehow, I mean, it's the freedom. You can do weekly, you can do monthly, you
Yeah.
can do whatever you want. There's no must A and B. But when we, I mean, I like to do it weekly because somehow it push me, because otherwise I'd be lazy. I'll be like,
Yeah.
it's okay, I can do, But when you see people appreciating your work, they're sending droplets. You have this feeling like, oh, I mean, this feeling that I need to be better every week. I need to do better every week, be better every
Mm.
week, to not compensate, because donation works like they are giving you as a appreciation, as a gift, like a donate, right?
Yeah.
But somehow that give, with the message, is really 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 beautiful to read. It really give us like, oh, someone really appreciate our work.
Mm.
And I just I need to be better. And in along the way, I keep my earnings. I have weekly earnings, so I can plan things better. And you know and nowadays, and now, I see a lot of people collaborate, a lot of drip artists collaborating with each other. It's beautiful. So my first collab was with Ahmed. So
Yes.
probably I have another collab coming soon.
Nice.
So yeah, I guess it will grow. So yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, I was actually going to ask you the question, is because you have basically dropped something every week since you joined, like that takes a lot of discipline. And not
Yes.
not everybody can do that. Like you said, you don't necessarily have the time. You didn't know whether you'd have the time to commit to this, but you've managed
Yes.
it. You've managed to drop every week. Like how are you managing that? Like, have you got advice for other people or other, even not even kind of drip creators or anything, but just people in general to like keep that discipline? What advice have you got for that?
Well, the first of all, to me, like I said earlier, all the messages and all the droplets that sent to me, it give me really momentum to push myself. Like I don't owe these people, all these people something, but that feelings that, oh no, they already appreciating me this much. I have to show and be better, to give more. So basically this keep pushing me. So that is number one. And number two is the earnings.
Mm.
So um because since I started drip and until today, I always honestly, I don't think about money so much. I can smile a lot better. I can live my life even a lot better. So really, is really grateful to the opportunity. So this keep me to push me to keep on creating.
Mm.
But also there's a hurdle, or how the hardship, right? There's sometimes I'm stuck, because my kind of art, I need to go out and find the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I cannot find all these good building for me to color. And I always want to keep the quality rather
Mm.
than the quantity. But the quality is very important for me.
Yeah.
So that is the challenge. This is very very challenging for me. So yeah, but I managed. So until now it's the 10th drop. So I still managed to do it, and I have prepared for the 11 and 12 drop. It's just that along the way, along like after that 3 to 4 drop, I learned how to manage my time, where I need to find all this building earlier in
Mm-hmm.
upfront, so that I wouldn't have all the backlog. So yeah, so that's how, I mean, it's always a learning process. So
Yeah, yeah, of course.
yeah.
Well, it sounds like you kind of adapted very quickly, and I think it makes a lot of sense as well if you're preparing ahead of your drops as
Yeah,
well, because it
yeah,
takes a little bit of pressure off, right? It's kind of like when you're in school
yes,
and you wait until the day before to do your homework. It's kind of like that.
yeah,
It's like then you're going to be stressed the night before, and if you if you can't get it done, then you get a slap on the wrist the next day. So
Yeah.
you mentioned before that you recently had a collaboration with Amit, your first collaboration, which was awesome,
Yes.
right up my street because I'm like a big fan of like Godzilla and that kind of thing. So I had to get in there and sweep them up. Yeah, I love the piece. It's
Thank you, man.
awesome. So chuffed
It's
it,
not
chuffed
Ahmed.
to
Ahmed drawing is crazy.
it is like super. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so creative. Absolutely love Amit's work. It's absolutely awesome. But I think what I wanted to ask you is that you're both artists that are based in Malaysia, right? So I just wanted to ask
Yeah.
how was it kind of collaborating together with somebody, I suppose, in your local
Oh,
country?
Ahmed and I go way back. Like we met in real life, but not.
Nice.
It's been a while. I think it's about 1 or 2 years already, because my journey in from in my journey in NFT started. Our journey, like Ahmed and I and a few of Malaysian friends, our journey started in BNB Change.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we started in BNB Change. There's a local marketplace, so that's where we get to know each other. So then we all of us get to know about Solana, and we migrated slowly to Solana, and now everyone is like in Solana. So
Right.
Malaysian community, NFT community is quite huge. I mean, sorry, it's not huge, but we are loud. We are small in numbers, but we are loud. So, and there are amazing artists in our community, and if you know, recently also there are few of them joining Drip. So
Nice.
I'm really happy to see slowly few of us, some of us started to get to join Drip. Yeah, Ahmed have been amazing since back then. So, and no doubt that he is one of the few who started with Drip. When I started with Showcase, when people asked me and I started with Showcase first, Ahmed already started with his channel,
Hmm.
and I see how his growth, and I learn from his growth. I'll ask a lot of questions from him as well. He been very helpful in explaining things to me. So yeah, and then for my 10th drop, I told Ahmed that let's make it momentous. Let's make it this to be something to for me to remember, because it's the 10 drop, right? So,
Yeah.
and then he knows that I'm going to Japan, and then he said, okay, snap some photos of building in Japan, and also Tokyo Tower. So because he wanted he some sort of have the idea of that Godzilla and
Yeah.
thing to be fighting each other at the Tokyo Tower. So yeah, we realized our imagination.
Hmm.
So I go to Tokyo Tower. The Tokyo Tower is just under me when I was there. So, and I was quite lucky also that Fujifilm is they are crazy hospitality by them. Our room, our room in Tokyo with Tokyo Tower view. So in Tokyo hotels are expensive, right?
I imagine.
But
Yeah.
I don't know how much they are paying for that room, but I'm really grateful to be on board with the Fujifilm Malaysia team. So yeah, I was like, when at night I was lie down on the bed, and with the uh, Tokyo Tower view, it's like, wow, this is crazy.
That's awesome. I love that. What's how did that? So I know you said that it originally came from Instagram. That you had kind of Leica and also Fujifilm kind of approached you. I'm just curious
Yeah.
how that partnership came about, because I think that's incredible, and what that entails for you. What do you have to kind of do for as an ambassador for them?
Um, we start with okay, for Leica. So okay, yeah, all these brands they find me on Instagram. Um, and then for Leica, the partnership was to promote to promote the new launch, which is the Leica Q3. So I was invited to their event to speak. So I have like 20 minute slot for me to share my experience, because they gave me they loaned me the camera the camera before it launched for me to test, and then I took some photos, and then basically to get to know the camera. So towards the launch day, I share my experience with the camera for like 2 weeks with the camera, how the camera helped me and such. And also all the photos that I took with that camera, they print it as a billboard that's quite huge board, and display it at the event, and subsequently they display it at the Leica store Malaysia, at the store. So it was a beautiful experience when I got the first email from them. Like, I was like, when I saw Leica Malaysia, and we would like to invite you. Would you be interested to work with us on the launch of the Leica Q3? I was like, wow, it's Leica. It's one of the top camera
Huge.
brand, right? So
Yeah.
it's huge. It's a huge opportunity. So I said, oh, of course, let's go. And then I know their offices. Then at their office, so I went to their store, and we have a good discussion, and we go from there. So that's how it goes. And same thing with Fuji. Like last year in November, or is it was October. So they contacted me to say that, look, we have an X Summit in Tokyo in February. Would you like to join us? I was like, wow, of course. So yeah, and then I met them, and there's discussing about a partnership, like so what I need to do, what is the embargo date, and all this. So we went to Japan. So I followed them to Japan for 5 days, and we went to the X Summit. It was a beautiful experience for me. It's always that I've seen all this event, like for like I've seen the event live, like from my laptop, and then someone else is talking. But the last one was, I'm the one who talking. I'm the one who at the stage speaking about my experience using Leica camera. So I was like, wow, it's something that really, I'm really grateful for the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Fuji also the same. I always watch their launch on YouTube. So they always have launching. Like last year, they went to Bangkok, and they went to Stockholm. The launch is always live on YouTube. So, but the previous one, like last 2 weeks, I get to sit in the hall for the launch. It was like, wow, it's crazy. It's crazy experience. I got to meet a lot of photographers around the world, because all the Fuji's of enthusiasts was there. So yeah, it's beautiful, bro. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. Nice. Well, what I want to do, just being very mindful of time, is just finish off with some quick fire questions. What advice have you got for somebody looking to be a photographer in the future? Because like you said before, your story is you began with an iPhone 5, and you had like no excuse but to just take pictures and then start creating. So what advice would you have for somebody looking to do the same?
Oh, is the saying, like, the best camera is the one that in your hands. So that saying is really true. So basically, a lot of people who trying to become a photographer, or they really focus. They are too focused on the gadget, on the camera, but the real thing is actually how you see things, how you need to go out, then see your surrounding, and learn how to see things. That is very important. So I call it as the art of seeing. So whatever you have in your hand, mobile, iPhone, or even you have the most expensive camera, Leica camera, if you don't appreciate and learn the art of seeing, or embrace yourself to just create, and don't think too much about how to create without the good gadget, you won't get anywhere. Because it's really not the gadget, not the camera, it's not it's the photographer. It's how you want to express yourself. So just be wild, And really, this actually, I mean, this advice is also for me. Sometimes I always want to capture good things. I want to be very perfectionist. So because we have what we imagine, but when we go out and shoot, it doesn't come out really how we imagine it. But it's okay. It's the process, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just go with it. Don't think too much. You will grow along the way.
Nice. Go out and be wild. I like that.
Yeah, go out and be wild. Yeah.
Okay, if you weren't doing photography, what else might you find yourself doing?
Well, I think I just gonna keep focus on graphic design, and probably for now my graphic design is just focuses. I focus my graphic design to my daily work, my 24/7 work. I'm sorry, my 5 to 7 my everyday work. But if I'm not using if I'm not doing photography, if I'm not focusing on photography, probably open an agency or something in KL that focus on marketing, graphic design, and yeah, all that.
Okay, that
But
makes sense.
I would choose photography all the way. If you ask me.
It's a trick question, to be fair. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Okay, and yeah, so you had your collaboration with Ahmet. Who else would you like to collaborate with, Drip?
I will be the next collab. Is with early art.
Oh, nice,
So
awesome.
we already exchanging all like my photos and his art. So it will be out. I think for the next drop, next week drop. I this For now the discussion is to do just one drop, but will be auction. So we want people to focus on just on that and see how it goes.
Okay.
If you ask me who I want to collab, I like to collab with all of them.
Fair enough. Good answer.
Yeah, because everyone have their own specialty in art, right?
Yeah.
Like DP with his magic typewriter thing, and we have Firza, the new photographer. Who can do awesome collage, and Charlie, Charlie, also photographer.
Yeah.
MB with his crazy two hands drawing.
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, wow, she's crazy. And of course, Graffito with with her AI specialty. So it's crazy. Like everyone is crazy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that was it. That was the last question. I like the shout outs to everybody. So I think that's a good one to end on. So yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you and hearing a lot more about your kind of background and your work. I have no doubt that people love learning more about you and hearing your story as well. So yeah, just thank you for coming on and spending the time. And
thank you so much for having me, man. Thank you so much. Yeah,
honestly, my pleasure, really. But is there anything else you'd like to share, or anything else you'd want listeners to kind of know about you, or anything that we might have missed before we sign off?
I just like to say thank you to everyone, especially all the subscribers and who send me a beautiful messages, droplets. Please know that this really keep me going, keep me pushing me to create more. And I really thank you everyone who appreciate my art. Honestly, I'm not sure whether like what I do, whether they really enjoy what I'm doing, but so far the feedback is really good. And I hope I'll be better to share on and be better on sharing and also creating awesome artwork.